YouTube. Today's video is about how anorexia isn't a weight. This was inspired by my former tutor and history teacher actually, who said to someone in my class that if they were any thinner they'd be anorexic, which is kind of silly really, for many reasons. Number one, anorexia is a severe mental illness. Like, you shouldn't use anorexia as a describing word for like the way someone looks. Like, if you're any thinner you'll be anorexic, because it's not a describing word. Like, anorexia isn't an adjective, it's a severe mental illness. It is a medical condition. You can have anorexia at any weight. Like, okay, you can only be diagnosed, I think now with DSM-V, whatever it is, it's if you're significantly underweight, but it was a BMI of 17.5 before, and this t-shirt makes me look so fat, and right, okay, ignore me, I feel really self-conscious right now. Anyway, so you can have anorexia at any weight. Like, you can't be diagnosed at any weight, I don't think, but you can still have the illness at any weight. Like, you could start off at, say, a BMI of 25, and then they'd still have anorexia, but just because they're not underweight, they might not have got there yet. It doesn't mean they're not anorexic. Or like, if they're recovering, then they still had anorexia, or they kind of probably still do have it. Depends on how far in the recovery they are. They just look better. Like, anorexia isn't a weight, it's a mental illness. And yeah, weight loss is something that happens because of the disorder. Weight loss isn't the disorder itself. Like, anorexia isn't losing weight. Anorexia is, well, this is what I wrote on my notes. Anorexia is depression, not caring if you die. It's being unable to drink Diet Coke because of 1 calorie. It's destroying food, hiding food, wasting food, lying to everyone. It's a fear of fat. And no, it's not a fear of being fat, it's a fear of having any fat whatsoever. You like the bones. No amount of weight loss is ever enough. The more you lose, the more you want to lose. The more you lose, the further you get into it, the fatter you feel. Like, you don't feel you're skinny when you're anorexic. You feel you're not perfect yet, and you still need to be perfect. Anorexia is a dictator. She controls you. Anorexia is heart failure, infertility, osteoporosis, hair loss, weak nails, bad skin. Anorexia isn't being at a low weight. It isn't losing weight. They are just effects of the disorder. The disorder is in the mind. It's a disorder of the mind, not a disorder of the body. And the fact that she used anorexia as if it's an adjective is just completely wrong. And I don't like that people in society nowadays do use it as an adjective for skinny people. Like, my friend said, oh, I'm worried I'm going to be anorexic, but she's not at all. Like, she's just really skinny for some weird, obscure reason. Like, oh god. Like, that's not anorexic, that's naturally skinny for some obscure reason. She probably has some sort of like physical illness, like a really fast metabolism to make her like that. I don't know. But it's not anorexia because she eats. Like, she's... Anyway. Being skinny does not equal anorexic. This is something else. Like, just because you're skinny, it doesn't mean you're anorexic. You can be skinny and be totally normal with food. Like, I know someone in my school who's really skinny, but she hates it. I knew quite a few people who are really skinny out of school. Like, and they hate it. But they're not anorexic. They hate being skinny and they want to not be as skinny. They're underweight, but they're not anorexic. There is a difference. Anorexia is a mental disorder, and yes, being underweight can be a sign of that, and yes, being really skinny can be a sign of that, but anorexia isn't an adjective to describe someone's weight. Anorexia isn't everyone who's underweight. Anorexia isn't even just like going on a fad diet or something for a while. Anorexia is a serious mental illness that can kill people, and I think people should start realizing that anyone can have anorexia, and it is a real issue which needs to be sorted, and all these stigmas need to be beaten, and people need to realize some truths and stop using it as an adjective for skinny people. It's silly. Especially, I know my teachers don't know about my eating disorder, but I found it quite offensive that she was like, oh, you're going to be anorexic if you lose any more weight to Paige, because it's not just because she wants to lose weight. She's quite short. Yeah, she's quite short anyway, Paige. But just because she wants to lose weight to be a size 4 because she's not quite a size 6, she's a bit smaller than a size 6, it doesn't make her anorexic. She was eating freaking Pringles in class, but it's the fact. I mean, okay, she may have a problem, I don't know, I'm not judging people here. I'm just saying anorexia shouldn't be used as an adjective to describe people who are skinny, and people should learn that you don't have to be super skinny or emaciated or anything to have anorexia. You just have, it's an illness of the mind, not of the body, and I think more people need to realize that and understand that and stop treating it like they do at the moment.